Mirrors have held a fascinating place in human culture, myth, and folklore across various civilizations, often imbued with magical properties and mystical significance. Here are some of the magical attributes traditionally ascribed to mirrors. Reflection of the soul. Many cultures believe mirrors reflect more than just an image. They reveal the soul or essence of a person. This belief underlies the custom in some traditions of covering mirrors in a house after a death to prevent the soul of the deceased from getting trapped. Portals to other worlds. Mirrors are sometimes depicted as gateways to other realms, dimensions, or worlds. They serve as portals that characters can pass through in myths, folklore, and fantasy literature. Truth and revelation. Mirrors are often believed to reveal the truth about a person or situation. In fairy tales, such as Snow White, the mirror serves as an instrument of truth, revealing to the queen who is the fairest of them all, protection and warding off evil. Some traditions use mirrors as protective talismans, believing they can deflect negative energy or evil spirits. For example, mirrors are placed on the exteriors of homes or carried as amulets to reflect evil away from the bearer. Scrying and divination. Mirrors, especially black mirrors or obsidian, have been used in scrying, a form of divination where a medium gazes into a reflective surface to receive visions or insights about the future or distant places. Capturing and binding spirits. There's a belief in some cultures that mirrors can capture or bind spirits. This is why, in some traditions, mirrors are avoided during spiritual practices to prevent interference from otherworldly entities. Invisibility. In some tales and magical traditions, mirrors are said to possess the power to make someone invisible when looked at in a certain way or under specific conditions. Cursed mirrors. There are numerous stories and legends regarding cursed mirrors that bring misfortune or capture the soul of the person who looks into them, making these objects feared as much as they are revered. These magical properties, while varied across cultures and time periods, highlight the deep-rooted human fascination with mirrors and their reflective capabilities. Often seen as a metaphor for self-awareness, existential contemplation, and the thin veil between tangible and mystical realities. While the magical properties of mirrors discussed are deeply rooted in folklore, mythology, and storytelling, rather than in scientifically verified occurrences, there are several famous cases or stories from history and literature that highlight these supposed magical attributes. Here are a few notable examples. The myth of Narcissus. In Greek mythology, Narcissus falls in love with his own reflection in a pool of water, showcasing mirrors, or reflective surfaces, as devices for self-obsession and tragedy. While not involving a literal mirror, this myth captures the mystical quality of reflection. Snow White's magic mirror. And the fairy tale Snow White. The queen consults a magic mirror to tell her who is the fairest of them all. This story from the Brothers Grimm's collection features the mirror as a truth-revealing and fate-determining object. John Dee's scrying mirrors. John Dee, a noted 16th century mathematician, astronomer, and alchemist, was also known for his interest in the occult, including scrying. Dee reportedly used a polished obsidian disc, among other reflective objects, for his scrying practices to communicate with angels or divine the future.
Underlining the belief in mirrors as tools for divination. The legend of Bloody Mary. This modern folklore involves chanting Bloody Mary a specific number of times before a mirror to supposedly summon a vengeful spirit. It's an example of mirrors believed to be portals to other realms or dimensions, enabling contact with supernatural entities. The mirror arised in Harry Potter. In J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the mirror of Rise shows the deepest, most desperate desire of our hearts. This fictional mirror captures the enchanting idea of mirrors not just reflecting reality, but revealing deeper truths or hidden desires. The flying mirrors of the Ramayana. In some versions of the ancient Indian epic Ramayana, there are mentions of flying mirrors used for surveillance and communication over long distances, reflecting the idea of mirrors as magical tools with practical applications. These cases, while a mix of mythological, literary, and folklore traditions, showcase the enduring allure and mystical symbolism attributed to mirrors. They serve as cultural artifacts that reflect humanity's long-standing fascination with reflection, both literally and metaphorically, and the idea that mirrors connect us to realms and insights beyond our everyday experiences. The mystical or magical properties attributed to mirrors, as described in folklore, mythology, and speculative fiction, have not been the direct subject of mainstream scientific research. The scientific method requires observable, measurable phenomena that can be reliably tested under controlled conditions, which makes the testing of magical or mystical properties inherently challenging. Science seeks natural explanations for natural phenomena and operates within a framework that does not include the supernatural. However, there have been scientific studies related to some aspects of mirrors or reflective surfaces, focusing on how they affect human perception and psychology, rather than attempting to prove or disprove their mystical properties. Mirror therapy. In the field of rehabilitation, mirror therapy has been studied for its effects on phantom limb pain and stroke rehabilitation. Patients perform exercises using the unaffected limb while watching its reflection in a mirror, positioned in such a way that it appears to be the affected limb. This can help some patients manage pain or improve movement in the affected limb. Mirrors and self-perception. Psychological studies have explored how mirrors affect self-perception and consciousness. Experiments have demonstrated that mirrors can influence social behavior and self-awareness, optical and physical properties. On a more technical level, the physical and optical properties of mirrors have been extensively studied in physics. This includes their reflective properties, the principles of light and optics involved in mirror design, and their applications in technology and scientific instruments such as telescopes and lasers. Mirrors in cognitive science. Research in cognitive science has looked at animals' reactions to their reflections in mirrors as a test of self-recognition and consciousness. The mirror test has been used with various species to assess whether they possess the ability to recognize themselves. While scientific inquiry has explored aspects of mirrors related to psychological, rehabilitative, and cognitive functions, the exploration of their mystical or magical properties remains within the realm of subjective belief, cultural practices, and speculative thought. Thus, while science has not disproved these mystical properties, its focus is on measurable and observable phenomena, leaving the exploration of the supernatural to other disciplines and forms of inquiry.